A few months ago, we asked whether Detroit rebuilt a city or just rebuilt its landmarks. You watched it, you argued about it in the comments, and a lot of you asked the same question. What's actually happening on the ground right now? So here is the update. The hospital tower topped out its steel frame 2 weeks ago. The JW Marriott is on track to open just in time for one of the biggest sporting events Detroit has hosted in years. The Greenway has a $10.5 million federal grant now moving into the next phase of construction. The university campus has a residential building breaking ground, and 2 projects that weren't in the previous video are now actively changing the city. Let's break it down. 2 weeks ago, Henry Ford Health topped out the steel frame of its new 20-story patient tower in Detroit's New Center. A crane hoisted a 32-foot, 1,400-pound steel beam into place, while several hundred employees, partners, and neighbors watched from across West Grand Boulevard. The moment marked the completion of the tower's structural skeleton. Every floor of what will become a 432-room hospital now has its steel in place. The numbers behind that beam are significant. Construction crews have used nearly 3,000 tons of steel, more than 5,200 steel beams, close to 50,000 bolts, 12 miles of ductwork, and 18,000 cubic yards of structural concrete across both the patient tower and the adjacent $335 million Henry Ford Health and MSU Research Center, which is simultaneously under construction. The Research Center, 7 stories, 335,000 square feet, MSU's largest research facility ever built, is on track to open in 2027. The patient tower, now fully topped out, remains on schedule for 2029. The $3 billion Future of Health campus is no longer a rendering. It is a steel skeleton rising above New Center, visible from the Lodge Freeway, changing the neighborhood skyline in real time. The previous video asked whether New Center would become a genuine district or just a powerful destination. The steel going up is the first visible answer. The real test, whether the surrounding streets fill in with housing, retail, and daily life, is still being written. And on the riverfront, the answer to a different test just arrived. The JW Marriott Detroit Water Square did not secure the 2027 Men's Final Four. Detroit won that bid back in 2022, years before this hotel was near opening. But the timing matters. The hotel is expected to be completed as soon as December 2026 and begin accepting guests in Q1 2027. With 601 rooms, 53,000 square feet of event space, and a direct skybridge into Huntington Place. That means when the Final Four arrives at Ford Field on April 3rd to 5th, 2027, one of the most watched college sporting events in America, Detroit will have a new piece of convention infrastructure online at exactly the moment the city is back on the national stage. That is what the previous video was actually asking about, not whether Detroit could build a hotel, whether the hotel would change the bid calculus for future events. The Final Four arriving in the same window as the hotel's opening is the first live test of that proposition. The 2nd Avenue extension connecting the hotel to the Riverwalk is scheduled to open in summer 2026, improving pedestrian, bike, and vehicle access between downtown and the water. The hotel opens in 2027. The Final Four arrives the same year. The convention test is about to get its first real answer. The previous video covered the University of Michigan Center for Innovation, $250 million, 6 stories, 200,000 square feet, opening in 2027. Here is what is new. On April 17, 2026, Olympia Development, related companies, and the University of Michigan announced that Founders House broke ground, a 13-story, 313-unit residential building adjacent to UMCI, with anticipated completion in 2028. The first of 10 proposed projects in the revived District Detroit build-out, moving from announced to active. This matters because the previous video identified the central risk of talent hubs. They become commuter islands if the people who work in them have nowhere to live nearby. Founders House directly addresses that risk. Graduate students and faculty within walking distance of the building, rather than commuting in from Ann Arbor. The UMCI building itself is on track. Steel is rising at the intersection of Grand River Avenue and West Columbia Street, opening targeted spring 2027. The first 2 floors housing public programs, a cafe, shared office space. Floors 3 through 6 for multidisciplinary graduate research. The brain drain counterstrike is no longer just a concept. The building is going up, and the housing is breaking ground. And the loop connecting all of it just got significantly closer to completion. The previous video covered the Louis Greenway as a continuity test, a 27.5-mile loop that only changes behavior when every segment connects without a dangerous gap. The Greenway now has a $10.5 million federal grant moving into the next phase of construction, bringing total funding raised to $211 million. The grant targets the segment between Woodward Avenue and DeQuinder Street, one of the key intergap segments that determines whether separate stretches become a usable system. Construction on that segment is scheduled to start late 2026, completion expected early 2028. The Greenway is now in a phase where the most critical connective segments are moving from planning into active construction. The segments already open are drawing tens of thousands of users. The segments starting construction in late 2026 are the ones that close the loop, the parts that turn a trail system into an actual circuit. The blight clearance is done. The path is being paved. The federal money is committed. The loop is getting legible. And 2 new projects that weren't in the previous video are now actively changing Detroit. The Gordie Howe International Bridge was covered in the first Detroit video as under construction. It is now effectively built, with final testing and commissioning underway. And it is still not open, not because of engineering, not because of construction. It is caught in a trade war. President Trump wants to revisit the original 2012 agreement, under which Canada fronted the entire construction cost and would recoup it through tolls. Trump is pushing for shared American ownership and a cut of future revenue. Canada is pushing back. The bridge, effectively built, is sitting in a standoff while 2 governments negotiate over who owns the thing they already built. Every delay leaves the Detroit-Windsor Trade Gateway more dependent on the 97-year-old privately owned Ambassador Bridge, a corridor tied to hundreds of billions of dollars in annual US-Canada trade. Bridge officials said as recently as April 2026 they anticipate opening this spring. The geopolitics could resolve tomorrow, or it could drag. A $4.8 billion infrastructure project being held hostage by a trade negotiation in Detroit right now. And in Corktown, a community is building something without waiting for anyone's permission. Detroit City FC, founded in 2012 by Detroit residents, built into one of the most passionate supporter cultures in American soccer, is building a $198 million stadium in Corktown. Alumni Field. On the site of the long vacant Southwest Detroit Hospital. Demolition started December 2025. Construction contractor Barton Mallow selected April 2026. Opening targeted for the 2027 USL season. No public stadium subsidy. The club owns it. 15,000 seats. Residential units, commercial space. A development bridging Corktown and Mexican Town. The Michigan Avenue Mobility and Innovation Corridor, a $70 million MDOT rebuild of the 2-mile stretch connecting Campus Martius to I-96, starts construction in 2026. Wider footpaths, protected cycling lanes, better crossings, time to coincide with Alumni Field's opening. Michigan Central on one end of Corktown, a community-owned soccer stadium on the other. Michigan Avenue being rebuilt to connect them. A neighborhood being assembled in real time by people who didn't wait for a developer to show up. Step back and look at all of it simultaneously. Detroit is not done proving itself. The test the previous video described, whether daily life fills in between the icons, is still underway. But the direction is right. The steel is in the air. The money is committed. And a soccer club founded by Detroit residents just started building a stadium with no public subsidy on the site of an abandoned hospital. That is not a city that gave up. Which update changes your view of Detroit's comeback most? Drop your take in the comments. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.